guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Hi, my name is Rosie, and thank you so much for taking a moment out of your busy day to spend a few moments with me. So if you saw a previous video that I recently uploaded, we went ahead and we modified a few bins in order to better store and organize our vinyl scraps. Now, in that video, I showed you not only how we modified these bins that I got from Target a while ago, but within each bin, I also organized by color using cardstock. So basically what I did was I just made a folder, placed all the relevant colors within it. Oops, and I need to place one in there, which is what I'm going to do now. And then I basically just added a paper clip to hold them all together, and then each bin would have different colored cardstock folders, right, to categorize all the different vinyls. So after I was using it for a little bit, I noticed that the folder that I was using, although a great idea, when you're constantly kind of going in that bin and looking at it, things were, the smaller pieces were falling out the sides. It just wasn't kind of being held up all that the best that it could, let's just say that. So I wanted to go ahead and kind of reorganize my organization within each bin. I know, I'm totally extra. In any case, so today's video, I'm going to show you how we can quickly just make ourselves a nice folder that will house our vinyl scraps inside, or you can use it separately, totally up to you. And this way, pieces, when they're small, because I even hold on to the smaller pieces, because sometimes, guys, right, we need just a little scrap to highlight a certain color. So, let me show you what I've come up with, and we will go from there. All right, guys, are you ready? All right, let's get started. All right, guys, so what I did was I just took a piece of cardstock. Doesn't have to be 110 pound. I'm just using regular 65 pound 12 by 12 cardstock, and we're going to make several score marks in order to make our folder. So let's go ahead and place it in, and what we're going to do is we're going to make the following score marks. So let me move this light out of the way. So the first one we're going to do is at a quarter, at a half, at 3/4, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we are going to do 11 1/4, 11 1/2, and 11 3/4. So basically we're going to do a 1/4 inch 3 times on both sides. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to turn it, and now we're going to score at 2, 2 1/2, 7, 7 1/4, and 7 1/2. That's all the scoring that we need to do for this. So now let's go ahead and just fold and crease on all of our score marks. All right, guys, so I have gone ahead and folded and creased on all of our score marks. And let me just show you. So on the sides where we did a 1/4 inch 3 times on both the left and right hand side, we're basically folding that accordion style. So we're going to fold it over, then fold it onto itself, and then back. So essentially what you have is something that looks like this. Okay? All right, now what we need to do is we need to cut away some of the side blocks. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we are going to remove the side panels, all of them with the exception of the middle. So if you're looking at your page, right, where we have our 2-inch panel up here, and then we have our longer panel down here, right? We're going to go ahead and we are going to cut away Let me just do it, and then I will show you exactly what it should look like. So we are cutting away the 3/4 inch panels, right? And we're doing it up to the 3rd score mark, right? So we have our longer piece and then a 1/4 inch score mark, another 1/4 inch score mark, and that's where you're cutting to. And then we're going to go ahead and cut away the top piece. So we are cutting our, again, it's always the 1/4 inch long thin panels, right? We're cutting away from the 2 inch, and then we have a 1/2 inch. So essentially all you should have, right, is you have this panel here. You only have the 1/4 inch panels that are attached to that side. We're going to do that on both ends. So let me go ahead and do it, and then I'll show you ultimately what it's supposed to look like. Now certainly, you know, you can go to, say, the dollar store and pick yourself up some folders or some little pouches, whatever. But I'm always thinking, guys, what can we do on our end that will not cost us money? Because we're crafters, right? So we have oodles of things at our disposal. We have so much stuff in our stash that we can use to make things happen. Okay, so this is what you should have. Let me get you up closer here, okay? So you have your 2 inch, you have a 1/2 inch, then you have your middle panel, right? And then next to that middle panel is where you have your 3/4 inch thin panels. And then nothing on the sides here, okay? Now it's totally up to you. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to round the corners on my flip top, which is the 2 inch. So I'm just going to go to my 2 inch panel and I'm just going to round the corners. Okay. That is all we need to do, guys. Now it's just a matter of, you can use tape, you can use glue. In this case, I'm just going to use double-sided tape. I'm using a 1/4 inch, and I'm going to add it to only the last panel, the most on the edge panel, not all 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and add that, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I have added my double-sided tape to only the edge little panel. Now what we need to do is just kind of put it together. So I'm flipping it upside down, and I'm just going to kind of refold it. And I'm going to do one side at a time. And I'm just going to try and line it up as best as possible. Let's see if I can be in frame and do this like this. Okay. Like that and like that. Okay, and press that down really, really well. Again, you can use liquid glue if you wish. And then do the exact same thing on the other side. So let me turn it around this way so I can see it. Just kind of folding it back, accordion style. And just gonna line it up. Let's see here. Like that. Let's see. I could do a little bit better lining up here. I know it's hard to see because the lines are so small. There we go. Okay. And then just press it down really, really well. So now we have ourselves a pocket. Now, certainly this kind of reminds me, let me grab it real quickly here. It kind of reminds me of this that I got from the Dollar Tree. Same kind of premise here, accordion side pocket and the shape. So there is our pocket. Now when we close it, it doesn't have an opening on the sides, so nothing will pop out of the sides as well. Nothing's going to come out of the top or the bottom. Now, so you can certainly use anything you want as a closure. You can use snaps, Velcro, foam dots, whatever you want. Me, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my glue gun and Velcro. So I've already heated up my, let me just make sure before I say that, yep. I've already heated up my glue gun. I love this. This is by We Are Memory Keepers. So I have my Velcro here. It's already super sticky, and I'm just going to add just a touch of hot glue. Add it to the middle, press it down really, really well. Hold it just to give it a moment, just to kind of really adhere. Remove the back side. And I've already attached, I probably should have said that, I already attached both the female and male sides of the Velcro. I'm going to add just a dot of glue. And then I'm just going to close it where I think it's going to close well, and then hold. Press down, hold real well. Then I'm going to open it and then just press down. Right? So I'm just giving it an extra moment just to really adhere. And guys, that is like legit. That is all that's needed. Now you have yourself a nice pocket that you can store not only vinyl scraps, guys, but there are so many different things that you can do. Now, I certainly could have used snaps, and I thought about it, but then I was like, you know what, I need a lot of these. I think in total I ended up with 17 of these, so I didn't really want to use 17, although I have enough. I didn't want to use 17 snaps, you know what I mean? So I went with the Velcro, and the Velcro I just got from the dollar store, guys. So seriously, such an easy thing, and you have now a place where you can store all of your vinyl scraps. So what I did was, because I typically do multiple projects at once, I am looking for, where did it go? My fan is going, so it may have flew off. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a label on my folder, because most of the time I am actually all the time I'm multitasking. I'm working on multiple projects at once, and if I bring several different folders to my desk, the ones that I need, and for instance I may need 2 pinks for 2 different reasons. One may be permanent, one may be iron-on, removable, you know what I mean? All different types of pink. I need a way to easily recognize, besides that it's pink, what category does it go into, so that when I'm done, I can place it in the right spot. So I'm going to go ahead. I have my label machine. I have it in one of these. Picked this up at Target a while ago. And this is where I keep some of my label machines. Let's see here. I'm just going to move it out of the way. And then all I'm going to do is just make myself, I am going to make myself a little label. And get that on, so that way it's going to be super easy. Let me place it back where it belongs. And I am going to cut away some of the excess. Okay. Get rid of the garbage. And place this label right on my folder. So again, this is going to be so much easier. So when I am ready to put everything back, I know exactly what bin it needs to fall in. Okay. There we go. Throw away the garbage. Okay, so now you can see that when I close it, I have an easy way to distinguish what type of vinyl is stored in here. So let me go ahead and grab my older way of doing it. And I'm just going to place it back in. There we go. And literally just like that, I am done. Now, even though these were used for something else, this is good cardstock. So I'm going to cut it down so that I can use this cardstock afterwards. So I have quite a few of these that I need to cut down. But let me just show you. So these are all my iron-on new ones. So it's going to be perfect. So let me bring back in my bin, right? Gonna place it right inside, and now if I need iron-on, I can definitely just come to this bin and I can see exactly, oh, I need blue, here we go. I need pink, oh, here we go. And then from there, I can look inside and see if I have any scraps that are gonna fit the size that I need for my project. So there is that. Let me show you something else. Okay, so I brought in two of my bins. I've brought in my permanent as well as my iron-on scraps. And as you can see, it is just absolutely aesthetically pleasing to the eye. You can very quickly see which envelope you need for what color as well. You can easily, it's indicated what type of vinyl that you're using. I absolutely love this idea, and 100% stuff that I already had in my stash. Now take this type of project and you can size it to whatever. You may not have the same size bin that I have, but modify the dimensions and you can quickly get a folder that would fit your particular bin. So many ways of using this, but again, I like to go out and see, can I make it before I go and spend money on purchasing something? I'd rather see if it makes sense for me to do it. Now, obviously, this is just some of them, and you can see that even at the dollar store, I would have spent quite a bit of money on the folders when I quickly was able to just make it in no time flat. Well, I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please smash that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you have, guys, thank you so much. Your support goes an awful long way in helping my channel out. Alright, guys, until the next time, stay safe, be kind, and keep it creative.